Howdy do. How doing, everyone? Going live. Going live. Going live. About to go live. See if the audio's there. How doing, everyone? Going live. We seem to be live. Okay, without further ado, have an intro. Ready? Okay, we're back. Have another intro. Why not have another one? Tell you what, have two. Here's two. Okay, we're back. We're back, it's Saturday. As if it matters what day it is. It's Saturday, the 16th of December 2023. And it's around about 10 past 6 evening in the UK. And we've got a frozen camera. Well done. Well done. Yeah, that's twice it's froze. Oh well, what can you do? Oh, it's froze again. We're doing good today. We're doing pretty good today. We froze again. Deactivate. Activate. Okay, so why are we freezing? We're freezing cameras. Windows updates, man. Terrible. What a life. I might have to throw this camera in the dustbin. I've got a lot of cameras, so yeah, I'll have to get another one out. Anyway, so what are we getting up to today? So last live stream we tried to configure a DNS, and that didn't seem to work out when I was trying to do access point and station, or station and access point together. So I think I will leave that for a bit. I don't actually need an access point and station at the same time at the minute. So we'll leave that and we'll modify the code. It'll be nice if the toggle button on the ESP32, which is down here, that one there, the toggle button, that button there, switches the mode. It would be nice if the onboard beeper was to give me a couple of clicks, or send me a Morse code, or send me a couple of bleeps, depending on which parameter you've chosen. So it's okay having the Wi-Fi mode here. Actually, why does it say MD? Yeah, so it's okay having station mode or access point displaying, but when you haven't got ability to connect to it and you're just pressing a button on the PCB, you don't really know what's going on. And I mean, it could program the OLED to tell you, but I intend on supplying these without an OLED, optional, trying to keep it as cheap as chips. So we're always going to have a sounder on it, but maybe not an OLED. So what we want to do is, let's put that there, is have a beep off it. Okay, some kind of a beep. Now whether I want a non-blocking beep, so we need to make up a non-blocking bleep, and I think I've done this already. Because we don't want to bleep. I know it's got 2 cores, and it probably won't block it anyway, but I still don't like to do a blocking bleep, as in delay. Use the delay. Anyway, let's get over to it. So, and also, what I want to do. This is a progress on the learn side of it, showing the last 10 tokens. So that needs to say the last 10 tokens learnt, and that will do for that. And also, I want to do tonight is, let me just go back to this one, is when you go to log in, I mean, I've got it displaying the last logged in stuff, or actually displaying the parameters it's read out of memory, so I don't have to keep typing it in to log in. But if you know, so we don't want that. We want them blank to start with. So you just type in. You can type in the defaults. This is when you buy a new one, or it'll come with admin and UPAS as the password. So if you log in, we'll need to go to settings and login settings, and you can change it from there. Okay, but once you're logged in, you don't have to. There's only one way to log in, that's with the actual credentials. But we can change them and click save anytime. So what we don't want to see on the screen is we want to see stars. Now, do we want to see the username kept, sustained, and then the password starred out? Or, you know what I mean? And do we want to have the amount of characters in the password as a hint, or totally not? Anyway, so there's a few things to sort out this evening. So we've got to hide this, or get rid of it. Maybe just clear it. Okay, and we log in, and yeah, so let's do that. Network settings might have to be juggled around a bit. Like, we've got an SSD password there, then the IP address is up there, then the subnet's down there, the default gateway. So it'd be nice if maybe the SSID and password at the top, so we need to juggle that around a bit. We're just tidying it up, so I want to finalise it, finish it off, and maybe we can get around to putting some better about in. Now you've got a login about, which is actually a separate page to the main logged in about, so engine about. But they might well say the same thing, so it's not really a problem. Probably say the same thing. I don't know what. Go to this website for updates, that kind of stuff, or telling the people what it is they're logged on to. They don't know what. I mean, if they're using a Wi-Fi scanner or something, IP scanner, they find it. They don't necessarily know what it is, so they can come to this page. So you put your IP address and you come to this page. You might not be able to log in, but it's showing you some live data here. And then you can click on about and see what it is. You know, government website, do not enter. You know, and also we need to implement a timeout. So if you try 3 times to log in, it logs you out. Is that still a thing, where you have to wait for a certain length of time before that's always a pain to me, that is. But it stops repeated attacks. So if you're running a bot or something, or a remote trying to hack into it, but at the end of the day, it's just to switch a light on and off. It's not the end of the world. And you got to remember, these ESP32s, they're developed with closed firmware, so you don't really know what's going on underneath the hood. So how far do you go with it? You know what I mean? You either go all the way to start with, then you have to be encrypted. So even if you go to such a length is to clear the display. We're trying to make it as usable as possible for the end user, rather than make it obnoxious and, you know, battling it, dragging it, kicking and screaming to try and get it to set up. The idea is to be easy as possible, but at the same time, I don't want people saying, "Oh, it's got security holes, this, that, and the other. Anyone in the world can switch your light on," that kind of stuff. So you want some ability, a medium stance. But to default out the box, actually for default out the box, it might as well just show you the default password. So that's an idea. Default admin and password, so you can log straight in without even referring to the instructions. And then as soon as you're ready, go to settings, login settings, and you can change it. It'll show you the default. Now as soon as you change it from the default, it starts to hide everything. So that's probably the way to go, I think. Yeah, so as soon as you change it from the default, the firmware default username and password, it hides it. That should be easy enough to implement. We'll create a function just to look at that, analyze the default. We've got the defaults built in anyway, so we can always get to those. Okay, so let's take a little interim break, and let's just have a quick browse, see if we've got anyone there watching. Nobody watching. Nobody's watching, so that's alright. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a break. See you in a few moments. Okay, we're back. Right, back again. Welcome to live stream Saturday night. And if you don't know what we're up to, we're bringing up the UPAS KPV2 engine, trying to get it finished. Been trying to get it finished for a long time. We're trying to get it finished. So I don't want no more feature creep. Feature creep is your enemy. Right, so we're just trying to get it done and make it as simple as possible. I've got a full-time day job, so what we don't want is to be spending all our time on it. We want to just go through it, tweak it here and there, but then it's a finished thing, and the only thing we're doing to it is a few tweaks here and there. That's it. Okay. It's a dual technology, so it's standalone, which we're looking at the minute, standalone system. Whether it's straight as an access point or on a local area network through a Wi-Fi adapter, or just as a wireless access point that you can connect to with your phone and administer it on the fly. Okay. So we've got two interfaces. We've got the web API. Okay, we've actually got three interfaces on some of the models. As you've got a TFT screen and a TFT display and a touch screen. You've got your web API, and then you've also got your, let's bring it up, UPAS software. main desktop software. It works on Windows.
Welcome to UPAS. Engine 22 is now online.
Yeah, so anyway, this is the main software. You've got a full-blown desktop environment. Basically what this does, it talks to the controllers. Now your ESPHome, imagine if it's ESPHome, you'll have your first device, which is that one there for instance, and that will come up as a square around here. And your second device will be another square around here, and so on and so forth. Sooner or later you're going to end up with too much real estate, difficult to manage, sort of. I don't know. I've had a quick look at ESPHome. I haven't had a good look at Tasmota, but they all seem to me to be a bit long-winded, maybe put people off. Anyway, so basically I'm trying to do a similar thing with this, or I've been trying to do this. This is going back before all those other ones. Maybe not Tasmota, but anyway, ESPHome probably before that. Anyway, I was trying to do my own thing with it, but I want it reprogrammable system. So this you can see here, it's a virtual server rack. It's designed to look like a server rack. You can shrink the screen so you don't get a full screen. You lose the event log and the tree view. Okay, so we shrink it, and you've got this rack. You can move this rack around. You can do stuff with it like change the opacity of it. Right, so I might say, why do you want to change the opacity of it? Well, I can put that in the background there, and I can bring up my web API, and you can see if I bring it, see how I bring it over
Searching
top.
default slots for new engines. Search finished. No new engines found.
I must have clicked on it. Yeah. I must have clicked
Issuing
on
a broadcast request ID.
it. I clicked on it. Anyway, see how you bring that over there like that. Now you might say, why do you care about that? Well, I might want to be watching something else. See, if I'm watching cameras or something, and I can also lay this over top of a monitor. You know, I can watch something else while I'm watching this. And then your LEDs, if something happens, like say if I put that there, hang on, let's put it somewhere where you can see it. Let's drag this over here. I'll leave that there so you can see. So basically if I go on here, if I log in, and I impulse a relay, you can actually see it light up. See it there? Okay. And inputs as well. If I was to press an input, I can't. Can I simulate an input? Probably if I got some pliers or a paper clip. Have I got anything here? No, not really. Not at the minute. Anyway, so you can see, you can change the opacity back again, so it toggles. Change the level of opacity. Okay. Anyway, let's bring it back. So, the idea of this is so you can have it running and you can do other stuff as well. So you just leave that running. Say if I want to give it a voice command, so you've got your microphone here, your recognition. If this lights up green, it means it's picking your voice up. Now, status down here, it tells you a few things. It tells you the word that it's trying to decipher, or the sentence. Your volume level 1, I don't know why it sounds 1. Right, your confidence level, so you've got your speech volume level. Why is that only 1? Oh well. Your confidence level, see this value changing here. This is your confidence level, right? If you want to implement voice recognition locally, you have a confidence level. Now, what happens is that if the system or UPAS understands the words you're saying, if it recognises them, like it's trying to recognise them there, it's probably heard me say UPAS and it's lit that up, right? So as soon as that becomes active, it starts listening. You know, it's always listening, but it starts listening and trying to categorise your sentence. But you have to say your voice command in the right order, yeah. Now the voice commands are detailed. That's another thing we need to fix. We need to add a minimize button, not minimize, maximize button to the voice command help, so I can drag it over to this non-primary display. Anyway, let's just have a look at the live stream. Yeah, nobody there. That's okay. Right. So anyway, we've got our voice command. So if I issue a voice command, right, this is engine 22. So I'm going to go UPAS open 22, and it's going to ignore me. UPAS open 22. So it's picked it up as run 22. So UPAS open 22. Still thinks I'm saying run. I told you before, there is a little problem when it's live streaming. I'm trying to stream at the same time. What I really should do is capture an HDMI off on a totally separate system instead of live stream. Let's try it again. Because I'm sharing the mic, you see. I'm using the same mic between the streaming and my software. UPAS, what time is it?
The time is 6:30 p.m.
UPAS open 22. Yeah, so it did it that time. Got to speak clearly, especially more so when you're streaming. So basically, I give it a voice command, and I can also point to it and click it off again. Let's try it again. UPAS open 22. Yeah, so it's done it again. You can do things like open, it treats as you clicking it. You can ping, so we can say UPAS ping 22. It's N22. UPAS ping 22. It is struggling when it's live streaming. UPAS ping 22. Yeah, it's having struggle there. Trust me, it doesn't struggle. I told you this before. It doesn't struggle when you're not sharing the mic and that. UPAS ping 22. No, it can't work that ping out for some reason. Anyway, ping is the same as you clicking that. Actually, it's not. That's the status, so I'm checking the online status. I click that, it'll send out a packet, and it'll expect a response back. So your red is sending out a packet, your green when it's received a packet back. And currently I've got the firmware with serial debug on, so it does miss an odd packet. So what we'll have to do is switch off the debug, but I'm still debugging it. So there's lots of things you've got to account for anyway. Right, so what we'll do now is, that's the ping. Yeah. So it'll send a ping to the controller, which is down here. So your controller's here, there's a little sounder there. So I'll ping it, and it actually sends a ping back. So you ping it, it pings the buzzer, and then it sends a ping back. So you're in your onboard sounder on the desktop will bleep. Yeah, it's quite quick. So, and I use that beep to get a response back from it. Anyway, so these are the two modes you can see. Well, there's three modes. Can't show you the third, but if you look back in some of my videos, you'll see the third way, which is a TFT touchscreen, and you can touch. Actually, I can show you the watch if it's got any battery power. I've already shown you this. Right, so I've got a watch out. I don't know if it's retained its battery power. It might well have done. Yeah, it's got a bit of power, so it should join the network in a minute. I haven't changed it since the last time. So once it joins the network. Is it going to join the network? Yeah, it's got the date and time. What's the IP? What's the address? 24. Yeah, so we've got one there and it's not found it yet for some reason. I know why it hasn't found it. It's because I've got the debug on. But if I want to, I can just do a refresh.
Searching default slots for new engines. Search finished. No new engines found.
See if it'll find it.
Issuing a broadcast request ID.
Yeah, it's not found this watch. That's normally pretty good at finding the watch. Yeah, it's saying it's S, so it's standing alone at the minute. It's standalone. Yeah, strange that. Normally pretty good at finding. Yeah, I think it's the debug. I tell you what, I'm gonna. Oh no, because the debug isn't on this anyway. This debug is switched off, but my debug is on this one. Yeah, that's weird. Let's try again.
Searching default slots for new engines. Search finished. No new engines found. Issuing a broadcast request ID.
No, that's not finding that one, and I have no idea why. Nothing like a live demo. I'll switch it off. Let's get another watch out. Hang on, another one out with the same settings if I can get to it. Oh my god, this is where it all falls down. Yeah, live demo. If you ever want to try something out, always do yourself a live demo. You'll be surprised how often. That's the other one. Right, a live demo will fail. Right, I've got another one here. Let's switch it on. It's got any battery power? Yeah. I haven't charged it up for a while. See if it finds this one. It's not finding it. It's got the date and time. It's joined the network. And what am I doing wrong here? Why is it not finding it? Tell you what, let's switch that one on as well. What have I changed? Have I changed something? Just trying to work out what I've changed, because that was working a treat. Oh, I know what it is. Do you know what it is? I know exactly what it is. Because we imported the site, yeah, last time. A couple of times back we imported the site from a different site, and these have not yet been configured. Because it only, if you look at the engine, yeah, I can load up the site they were set up. See, hang on, engine. Now the communication method is USB master. Yeah, so it defaults to that. And I could change it, or I could just load the site that these.
Searching default slots for new engines. Search finished.
It brought them in.
No new engines found.
But I've not finished configuring. I've only configured the first one.
Issuing a broadcast request ID.
So it'll never find them because it's trying to communicate with them via USB. So what I'll do is I'll load up the site. They're already configured to. This is the original site, so I'll load that up. And I should find.
Engine 24 is now online. Engine 25 is now online. Engine 22 is now online. Engine 23 is now online.
Yeah, so they're all there. I've got 4 online there. So I've got this one here, that one there, and 2 watches. Right. So yeah, so that's anyway, because I've got a different database. When I used the import from the old database, the engines, it didn't implement a full import. It brought the engines in, but not the IP addresses. So what you've got to do, it brings them in. You've got to go through the list. It's easy enough to do. Just go on to settings here, net wireless, and just find out what 98. Bring that in, and set. Yeah, we can set it. But there's no point in doing that now. I mean, you could easily do it. I could just go into 24 now, say for instance. Was that 20? We want one of the watches, don't we? So let's go in here. Let's go in here, see what the watch, it's 97. So 97 is one of the watches, so you could go back in here, load a different site, which is that one. Okay.
Engine 22 is now online.
We could just go into 24. Just make sure we've got to change the communication method to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi master. Alright, and that'll do for that. Then the engine, everything else stays the same. And all we need to do now is go over to we can stretch that so you can see it. Right, it doesn't actually know, it's not set up for Wi-Fi, so we'll have to go back into here. Go down to the wireless and enable it. Has a Wi-Fi? It says no, so we need to say yes. Okay, and what that will do is allow us, once we've configured the Wi-Fi, it'll bring up a new group of params called wireless. We can then edit this and make that 0.0.97. Save that. Let's save it. Okay, and we need to change this to join our network. Right, okay. The rest can stay the same. Not sure if you need the default gateway. I don't think it uses that, but we'll change it anyway. Right, save that. Okay, so we're all saved. Everything else stays the same. Yeah. Okay. So once we've configured that, what we will have to do is reload the site. Even though it's already loaded, standalone load. And we should get one of the watches.
Engine 22 is now online. Engine 24 is now online.
Yeah. So the one that's just lit up, if I ping it, you'll see it light up. So you got two watches, two ESP32 watches. I'll wait for them. They're both timed out. Yeah, the other ones. Yeah, they're both timed out. So what I'll do is I'll ping the one, which is 24, and it'll light up. See it light up. And if I click its relay, it's actually sent to its buzzer pin, so it starts buzzing. Can you hear it? Switch it off, it stops buzzing. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so there's that. So we're going back to how many different ways to interact with it. So you've got your web API, you've got your UPAS main software, okay, and you've got your touch screens and buttons. Okay, now if I press the one button, it's not showing you, is it, on there? Is it? Yeah, it is. Right, so you see on here, your first input is programmed up to trigger an impulse which outputs the buzzer, which is, so if I touch this button here, the first one on the left, if I can get hold of it, yeah, see that? The target lights up for input 1 and outputs the buzzer, so it's buzzing away now in my hands. Let go and it stops it. And then we can do something crazy. I don't know if we got it programmed up. Yeah, this is the bit. Let's just silence that. So the middle button is set to initiate an intercom call. So we've got all the packet system and the ringing set up, and we can actually release. You can actually release or buzz. So that will actually buzz in the phone now. If I just go there. It's just impulsing. It's redirected to the buzzer, but that can be on a normal controller. That will activate the relay. Anyway, it's all very well. So we've basically got three ways to interact to it. Okay. So you got your web API, where you can impulse as well. Now I don't know if I've got a web API on the watch. Might have actually. Let's try it. Let's see if we can log on to the watch 192.168.0.97. Yeah. Now this firmware on this watch, bear in mind it's older firmware. It hasn't been updated, so it's totally craziness. Let's try it though. Yeah, so we've got none for tokens, so we can still impulse it though. Unless the phone's gone off. Yeah, I think the battery's gone. The battery's gone on the phone. Right, that's a shame, isn't it? Okay. So, we just brought it up and it's just drained it flat. Well, it shut itself down to save its battery. So now you get what I mean. I could load the other site. Tell you what, let's load the other site. Let's load the site that they're all enabled on. And it'll find
Engine 24
22.
is now online. Engine 25 is now online. Engine 22 is now online. Engine 23 is now online.
Oh, it's back on. Yes, it's back on for some reason. So I impulsed it and let's just see if it'll... I don't quite know what happened there. That firmware has probably got bugs in it. I need to update the firmware on these watches. 97. So we're back on. So log in, if you impulse it, yeah, it buzzed then. Did it light up? No, it didn't light up, but it buzzed. You can see it lighting up there. Now if I go, I'm not sure which one that is it 98? Let's try 98. 192.168.0.98. Right, let's see if we can log in. It wants a username and password, this one. Right, so I'm in on the watch. Now I'm on the watch. I don't know if I'm on the watch or one of these other ones. I'm on the other controller down there, that one. That's the trouble knowing which one you're on. You can see the packet address there, so yeah, 23. So the watch, let's get off that one. Let's go and see if it can get on. Is it 96? Yeah, we've got one on 96. Alright, so what's happened there? Have I lost it? Yeah, the other watch has gone off now. So I think these batteries, they want charging. The ESP32 watch don't last forever. The battery don't last forever.
Engine 25 is offline.
That should come back online.
Engine 25 is now online.
We need to go back to, well, we'll go back to the login. Engine 25 is, yeah, this is 25. Struggling though. Oh, it's gone off again. It's gone off. Right, so I need to, that's the other one, I hit the wrong one. Anyway, I need to charge these up. Let's turn them off and get them charged up.
Engine 25 is offline.
Yeah, let's turn them all off and we'll charge them up. I won't charge them now though because I've got... anyway, so we've got some firmware. So basically once they've gone through all
Engine
those...
24 is offline.
Yeah, once I've gone through them, we'll have the same firmware as we got here, where we can unpulse the relay, look at the tokens. Now you might say, why do you need tokens on a watch, for instance? Well, nobody knows. Nobody knows until they need it. So it's just got the same firmware throughout, and they've all got the same capabilities. Okay. Anyway, I need to go for an interim now, so I'll be back shortly. Let me just go on interim. See you in a few minutes. Alright, I'm back, try and get comfortable again. Oh dear, such is life, tiresome. Anyway, so you may well ask, what is this all about? And I may well ask myself what this is all about. And I don't know. I don't know. So the problem is when you design something, you start from something and you carry on. Feature creep. You get. Now I started designing this back in 2012, right? Based on knowledge I picked up over the years and new knowledge. So I started designing it, and the idea was it was going to be an access control system, right? And so let me just switch on to that one. So access control, so you got a card, PCB, design the PCB in Eagle CAD, right? Surface mount, and that circuit board is what you see down here. That's that one. But that one's built up, this one is only half built. Okay, you put your RFID reader on it and you get your token. You put your token on there and it'll output, switch the relay on. So it switches the relay output here, which you can wire to electric lock or whatever you want. And the reader will change green to go with it, and it'll make a beep and so on and so forth. Now you do all this in the main software if you want. You can create a user and assign a token to a user. Let's do that now. So yeah, we're back on the old software. So if we get back onto, let's go back onto a blank one, right? So this standalone one, we're going to make this, load this one, and I'm going to call it
Engine 22 is now online.
Unset default, set default. We're going to make that the default database now, right? So it doesn't know about this other controller because I haven't told it about it. We could make it. Let's put that one on the system. I'm not quite sure which one it is. Let's get them both up here. Was it 98? I think it was. Yeah, 98. So that's the IP address. So for the software to communicate with 98, your web API will always work. Now we're in station mode, so we're not at access point. So out of the box, it would be an access point, and it's up to you to put your credentials in, your network settings and passwords to get onto your local area network. So that'll come up anyway without logging in. Now this one here, we just need to give it the information. So let's go on to wireless. Has a Wi-Fi now, we need to enable that. Wi-Fi mode, we can tell it it's on station if you want, which it is. It's not necessary to change that yet, but we'll put it on anyway, just so the database reflects what's going on there. So in this, that's the configuration. Your settings adjusts according to whatever your configuration is. It's got a new group of parameters called wireless now, where you can access, you put some default values in. I can change the IP address to join 98, we said it was. So the software here creates a unicast network, unicast to each of the controllers in turn. So you just got to make sure your credentials are right. SSID, for instance, and I need to save that once you've changed it. Your gateway, I don't think we need to change the gateway, but let's change it anyway. Might as well. It won't really make. I suppose you might need to change the gateway if you're trying to send it across the network. The rest stays the same. You can change your NTP server if you want to. Alright, so all that's done. Now bear in mind you've only changed the database at this end at the minute. You haven't changed anything to do with the controller because it's not actually talking to it. See that there? It means it's offline. It can't find the controller. Right, so we've done all that. Now, if we was to just reload the site, okay, so it's that one there. Just load it back again. As it loads, it'll use those new parameters.
Engine 22 is now online.
No, still not talking to it. You know why it's not talking? We forgot something. We forgot to change the communication method from USB to Wi-Fi master. So it'll be trying to talk to it via a USB port, which it can't find because it's not been configured there. So, did I say that? I can't remember. Anyway, so now it knows the port, and I don't think it'll be able to do it until you reload it again. Let's do a search though, just in case.
Searching default slots for new engines. Search finished. No new engines found. Issuing a broadcast request ID.
No, it did get some. No, it sent it, but it didn't get it back because it sent it. I think it's gonna see. There's your Wi-Fi or your cloud. Transmit and receive, and this is your USB transmit and receive. Now, if I do that again, if you watch the indicators.
Searching default slots for new engines. Search finished.
Yeah,
no new engines found. Issuing a broadcast request ID.
Yeah, so it got response back from the cloud or the network from this one, the wireless. It didn't get no response back from this one, so we'll have to load the site again. Now we've changed that last setting. And now it should find both of them.
Engine 22 is now online. Engine 23 is now online.
Yeah, so we've got both of them now. Okay, so we're talking to them via a web API or a web page and via the main software. So we've got two controllers online, them two there. And it talks live to them, it picks up the information. This date and time is the same one that's displayed up here. Okay. Anyway, so we've got two controls in the rack, two watches, and a dev kit which I've put away at the minute. I put that dev kit away. So I've done all that, so what do we need to do? I forgot where I got to now. Let's have a sip of this. Anyway, so we've got a few goals we set out at the start of the stream. What we're trying to do. Let me just have a quick look down here. Yeah. So we've got a few things. So let's start on it then. So let's close down the UPAS. We don't need UPAS at the minute. Oh no, I was going to show. Sorry, I know where I was going with it now. I was trying to show you how to add a new user. So we're on a blank database. There are no users. So so you've got no users. So we go new user. Add a new user. Are you sure? So who should we call it? Who do we like as a user? Who should we have? Should we have somebody who's still in good stead with the world community. They've all gone out of stead, haven't they? So slowly. Who do we like? Let's Steve Wozniak. I don't know if you know Wozniak. I don't know if I spelt that right. Let's soon find out if it finds his picture. It didn't find his picture, so it must have spelt it wrong. Right, can I change it? Wozniak. I thought that spelt that. Or was it Stephen Wozniak? Stephen Wozniak. Don't know. Should have found his picture really. No. Right. Okay. So go on to photo. Browse. We've got Steve Wozniak. Let's go to see Steve Wozniak. Where is he? Steve Wozniak, where are you? There, Wozniak. Yeah, I've spelt it right. Oh no. Yeah, so why didn't they like it? Steve Wozniak. I'm intrigued to why it didn't find it. Steve Wozniak. Okay. Maybe because I didn't save it yet. Did I not save it? Let's save it. I think it doesn't find it till I save it, I think. It still didn't do it. Okay. Let's have a look at users. So he's not there, is he? It's definitely not there. Wozniak. I've always found them in the past, so I don't quite know why I haven't found them this time. Anyway, you can go in, you double click, and you can assign a photo to them manually if you want to, or capture a photo. Alright, the old ones. Right, save. Okay, so we got Steve Wozniak. Don't know why it didn't find him. Anyway, right. So once we've got the user, we can hang on. Let's get rid of that one a minute so you can see what's going on. Once you've got a user, you can add a token. Okay, let's add a token. Now, if this token's already known, but there's a problem. The problem is, right, he's set to initiate a. So the token can do an intercom call or panic alarm and all sorts. Anyway, it gets very boring. So you add a new token to him. I've got the controller set up in a different way, so let's get rid of that a minute. Let's get back to the programming for now, because I don't want to reset all the controller. Although I could set it to 0. Tell you what, let's reset it. Okay, so let's go back to Steve Wozniak. Right, and I'll just set the controller. Not that one, this one here. We'll go in here, and we haven't got ability to clear the token, so if we refresh it, we've got 18 tokens of 1200 in the system. There's your token location. What I need to do now is clear the tokens. Now, at the minute, you do that from this software here. So let's just do it from this on it. So it's. Let me just see if that's the right one. No, that's the wrong controller. This one. That's the one. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go into tokens, and I'm going to request the totals. It misses this while the serial port's on. It says 18 tokens, it says. Engine reporters has 18 tokens, so I'm going to set them to 0. Overwrite 18 tokens, are you sure? Right, I'm going to request the total tokens. Engine report has 0 tokens. Okay, so come out of that.
Engine 23 is offline. Engine 23 is now online.
Alright, that's only because I was in standalone mode and it stopped looking for the rest of the system. Right, so this now is not reporting the right info. So if I do a refresh, yeah, see we've got used 0 of 1200, no tokens used. Okay, so what we need to do is learn a token, put it into learn mode. Let's just see if it still knows about it. Ready? I'm going to switch on this camera. Hang on, I've got mouses going everywhere. Right, so I do that. Now the reader will bleep, but the relay won't bleep. Doesn't know nothing about it, right? So if I put it into learn mode, it's in learn mode. There you go, it's learnt it. Okay, now I'll have to refresh that. So I used 1 of 1200. There's the token. That's the token number I've just put in there, and it's at location 0. Okay, now if you learn mode and you're trying to learn again, it won't learn it again if it's already in there. So if I just do a refresh, it still says it's got one. Put that one down, go and get another one. There's another one. Actually, yeah, that's not another one now. Okay, so refresh it, and you've got 2. And it'll do that all the way up to 1200, but it'll only show you the last 10 learnt. And that is for just, I don't want to show loads of pages of it. I've got set amount of space for this web page, and I don't want it to grow too big. You want to keep a control of the web API. Okay, you don't want a massive list. And it's just to report loads of numbers is pointless anyway. If you start getting beyond the capability of this, you just go onto this bit here. Once you've gone into the token management, you can just request a total. It says it's got 2 tokens. You can click on gather. And
Gather complete.
It'll ask the engine for the tokens. So the software knows nothing about the tokens, the main software. The web API, it's interacted with the engine and grabbed the tokens that were learnt. And if you look at... hang on, let's just bring up... Oh, I've lost that as well. Why have I lost that as well? Right, yeah, that's part of that one, that's why. Let's bring up this one. Oh, hang on. Tell you what we'll do, we'll shrink that down a bit, that's it. We'll bring that one up, put that over there, bring that one here. Now you'll see that these numbers are the same, look, see that? So, memory location 1, it's on here as ID 2, because we start from 1 base instead of 0 base. So, there's a little bit of indiscrepancy there, and I could start from 0. But this is like location in memory. This is an ID, so ID 1. So you've got your 275 there and your 498. So it's bringing up that. But what you do get on here, you get see that 01 and 02. Access impulse. Yeah, so your 01, 02. I don't know why it's getting 02 there. That's like a user ID, isn't it? But we use the same user. Anyway. Yeah, when you learn it, it puts the default user ID as 0, because it doesn't know when you're learning it. But if you do it from the software, it'll put the actual user ID in. So let's do it one more time. Let's set 0. Overwrite the tokens. If we do a request the total, it's got 0 tokens. If we refresh the page, it's got none. So we're in a point now where we can forget about the learning here. Switch that off. Right. We don't want to do learning there. Now we've got no tokens here. But if we go to our
Engine
user,
23 is offline. Engine 23 is now online.
If I open up WAS again. Okay, is he going to come up? Or have I got to click it twice? Maybe I've got to do it twice. Here we go. So you bring up WAS's info. Now we can assign a token. Yeah. He's got no tokens assigned at the minute, so if we go assign, it should bring up the last few used. Right, there they are. It's clipping the number a bit, so we have to sort that out at some point. But we can just click that and click on the assign a token. Okay, so we've assigned him a token. Okay, and his token is going to impulse 1, which is relay 1. Okay, so that should now work. So if we go on to the reader, yeah, it's coming. So you might say, well, where's his info? So leave that alone. Come out of there. If you want to see an event for that, expand it, you'll see it there. This is your top events, like your YouTube events. You got token impulse 1 on engine 22. It's D Wozniak, right? So he's just done that, and obviously you can bring up this event log film strip. Here's another way of doing it. This can sit on your desktop, and basically as you swipe your reader, it'll just put another entry in, and it'll just fill them out. And this event log, this UPAS film strip, you can click, just double click, and it'll bring up your user. So you go straight to user from the film strip. Okay. Anyway, I've repeated myself, so we've showed you this before. Right, so go back there. So let's just have a click on the browser. Yeah, no worries. Okay. So I think people miss a lot of this info that I'm putting out because the streams are so long that they actually miss all this good, interesting stuff, because they switch off after a few minutes of me waffling about stuff. Anyway, let's get back to get some progress, and we'll close this down, and we'll sort out a few of these things.
Thank you for using UPAS.
Sort out a few of these points we said we were going to look after. So an easy one is to change the last 10 tokens learnt. I don't even learnt. Is learnt even a... Have I learnt it? Yeah. Last 10 tokens stored, I suppose. No, I don't want it to look like it's an event log. So anyway, if I refresh that, because we've just added one, it shows you that one we've just added. Okay, but we haven't done it via the learn. We've done it via the main software. Two modes of operation. See. Anyway, let's go back to the login. So we want to get rid of the login, and we want to change the learn. So let's change the learn. So go back over to this thing here. Also, we want to stop it doing access point and station for the minute. I can't get the DNS working. It doesn't work in this mode. So what I want to do is toggle the mode. So we need to toggle that mode. So we need to find where have I got it open? Commands. No. What we want, hang on, actions, yeah. So here's the bit where it toggles it and sets the parameter. So if you're in access point mode, it'll change it to a station. If you're in station mode, it'll change it to access point and a station. If you're in access point and station mode, it'll change it to an access point. It defaults to an access point. But I want to get rid of this because it's not working, so I'm going to swap that out for a bit. Right, we're going to take out that statement there, that switch case. Actually, we want that. What am I doing? We want that. We want to get rid of this one for a minute. We don't want this option. We don't need that option because we can't get it working at the minute. So as long as I can go from station to access point. So what I need to do is highlight that out and change it to access point. So we only want to be toggling between station and access point. So if it's an access point, it changes to station. If it's a station, it changes to an access point. And anything else, it changes to an access point. Yeah, that'll do. So that's the only toggling we want to do at the minute. So that will work, right? So that's that taken care of. Now we need a bleep. When we set it to a certain mode, I would like it to bleep. So if it's an access point, I want... Do we want a long bleep or a short one beep or two beeps? Depends on what you want. So to activate the buzzer, we can have a look at that. If I go to commands, we're using the buzzer in certain areas to acknowledge we've sent a parameter. So let's have a look down till we see the buzzer in action. Yeah, buzzer, here we go. So outputs we're changing the output buzzer to config sound of time, and we're buzzing it. So let's just take that and use that in our action. So we'll change it to this. Okay, so if we're going to station mode, we're going to make it, I can either make it do a long buzz sound of time, peak definition, sound of time 1 byte. Right, okay. Why is that a byte? Config impulse time sound buzzer. I don't know why it's a 1. I'll tell you what, let's find all references. Find all references of sound of time. We're in Visual Studio Code at the minute for dealing with our controllers. So we've got sound of time there, sound of time there. Impulse time 1. So not quite sure why it's saying 1, but anyway. Params, here we go. Yeah, so default is 4. Yeah, it's basically giving us a quick blimp. Okay, we can go for a quick blimp, or we can change it. 0 to 4 is the parameter. So let's go back to our action. So let's go back, 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 back. Here we go. No, that's not it. Here it is. Right, so when it goes to station, when it's in access point mode, you change it to station. We want it to sound. Do we want it twice or once? I don't know. I'll tell you what. Let's see what the value is. Hang on. Peak definition 2. So station is 1. Access point is 2. So what we'll do is we'll have the station. If it goes to station mode, we'll have it to beep once. And if it goes into access point mode, we'll make it beep twice. So we'll put that in twice. Now we can't have a blocking delay there, so I'm not sure what this will do. It'll probably just have a continuous bleep for twice as long. So a long beep and a short beep, but we need a pause. I don't want to block the system by saying delay and then sounding again. Let's see what happens, okay? Let's just see what happens. So rather than just compile that and send it, there is a part of the web thing that I need to change for the token nav. Here it is. Yeah, last 10 tokens learnt. Now, because I'm not a very learning person, I don't actually know how to spell learnt. Learnt or learnt, which is correct. Go away. Learnt. There are many peaks. Da 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 da. Learnt versus learned. Learnt and learn are both used as past tense. So tokens learned, learnt. Right, learnt is the correct spelling in British English. We'll keep to that then. We'll keep to that. Okay, let's keep to that. So learnt. I wish I could spell, you know. Should have gone to school. Should have gone to school. Should have got to Specsavers. I'm useless at learnt. That's it. Yeah. Learnt. Yeah, useless. English was just a bit of a distraction to me at school, unfortunately. Try my best, but you have to drag yourself out of the your environment. I try my best to do that. So last 10 tokens learned. That'll do for that. Okay. So is there anything else we need to change? I don't think so. Do we need another button to switch something on, for instance? No, not yet. So we've done what. Well, let's do what we said we were going to do at the start. Yeah. So Saturday night, nobody watching. We're all watching films, doing something less boring. So we've done that. Let's go back to this. Is there anything else we said we're going to do? Yeah, we said we're going to hide the password or put it up as a star. But at the minute, while I'm testing, I don't really want to. I'll leave that till last, I think. Leave that till last. Yeah, let's just upload what we've done so far and try it. So here we go. Right, we're going to compile that and upload that to that engine 22, I think it is. I'll tell you what I want to do as well. I want, when it's an access point mode, I want it to open up a config portal, or open up the page for it, that web API. So as soon as you connect to its IP address, or no, as soon as you connect to its Wi-Fi SSID, I've just got to put that into write mode. So as soon as you connect, it'll take you to a portal without you having to go and find the web, put the web page IP address in. I know iPhone has a problem with that. They've stopped it doing it, haven't they? So you can guarantee if you come to demonstrate it that the person's got an iPhone. So you're not going to be able to demonstrate it. So there's a downer straight away. So not quite sure if you're going to somewhere like IKEA and you've joined their network, or a hotel or something, it normally puts you onto their web portal straight away, directs you straight to their web portal. So we need to try and get that running, even if it won't run on an iPhone. It needs to be able to run on a Android or whatever other phone. Right, so I've done that. Let's go back into. We've got the serial debug switched on. Oh, could not receive data 9. Okay. That's new. No, that's only since we've enabled DNS, DYDNS. Let's restart it. Well, it's gone into a cyclic. I'll tell you what, let's toggle the button because we have changed the firmware. So I'll hold it in, and it's bleeped at us once, and I'll do a reset. Right, let's reset, see if it likes this bit. No, did that reset? No, so it's done some strange stuff here. No, that's only since I added that DYDNS, so let's go back and get rid of that DYDNS. Where did I put it? Right, I think it was over here. No. Hang on. Is it this one? Yeah. Let's get rid of that. And get rid of the configuration there. So I've not seen it do that. It's only since I've added this stuff to it. We want to get rid of that. We don't want none of this stuff. That's in the loop, isn't it? That's this in the loop. It's not working up for me, that one. So anyway, we've got rid of it. Let's recompile it. Yeah, don't like that. We've took that out of the system because it don't seem to work for us. It's not working in the way I've got my setup. What I'll have to do is I'll have to set up just do an example sketch on its own with to see if it can get it working. But the way I'm using it, it's not working for me. Oh, it's already started writing on its own, look, without me resetting. Right, let's try and keep this stream a bit short tonight. Just accomplish a few goals and then knock it on the head. Go and do something less boring, like go and set up another computer upstairs, go and... Right, so we're okay now, it's not streaming that rubbish all the way down the list. Right, so let's... I don't know what mode we're in. Listening on put IP address, so it's got nothing to listen to. That's weird, isn't it? Right. Invalid pin. I keep getting this error about the invalid pin, so I'm gonna have to check that out. Right, so we've set up a software access point. Okay, so I should be able to, the station mode won't work. So if I go onto here and refresh, it's not going to find nothing. Yeah, it's not finding anything. But if I go down into my wireless settings, I can actually find the access point and connect to it. It's just trying to connect now. Once it says it's an open network, which it is, it won't find the internet, but it should still set it up. I think at this point you can refresh it, so let's just do a refresh. Yeah, it's found it now, look, see. But because it's not joined the station or the local area network, it's not been able to get to the internet to get its NTP clocks. That's why it's defaulted. Okay, it's defaulted to that. Now, even though it's defaulted to that, I'm just wondering if it'll actually pick it up. You should do. Right, so it's not in station mode anymore. It's on another network. Now, I don't know how clever UPAS is, whether it can differentiate. It's the same IP address, whether it's directly on an access point. But I've got two things going on. I've got a local area network Ethernet plugged in and a wireless in the same computer. Let's try it. Matter of interest. So let's load up UPAS. See if it can find that engine 22.
Welcome to UPAS. Engine 23 is now online. Engine 22 is now online.
Yeah, it's found it. So it's found it because there's some sort of magic gone and crossed over from the Wi-Fi, the wireless, to the Ethernet. So it's just looking for that IP address, so it's found it anyway. So it is there, and it's talking to it, and you can interact with it still, yeah. Okay, that's good to know. It's good to know. Right, so we got it there. That is good to know. So we'll close that down. We don't need that no more.
Thank you for using UPAS.
Okay, we've got that going on. So let's just see if we've stopped that scrolling going on. So that all's all down to that DNS server not working right. So we'll log in and we go on to tokens. So we've got last 10 tokens learned. That's better. So we've got learn off. That's okay. Well, one token is in there. What else do we want to change? The settings. So your login settings are still showing the same as the ones over here. Okay, now your network settings. We wanted to swap this around, didn't we? We wanted the IP address to be down here, so we need to bring that one down to there. It should be okay to do that, actually. Yeah, should be okay to do that. I don't think it does it in certain order. Let's do that next then. So let's go back to Now we've tested it enough. We know the buttons. Oh, we want to hear the button, don't we? Before we do that, let's change the controller down here. Let's change its mode to station again. Now, will we get 2 beeps or 1 beep? I don't know. Here we go. Ready? Or a long beep. Holding it in. 1, 2. So I've got 1 beep. Let's just change it again. See what happens. That's almost the same beep, isn't it? Again. Oh, that seemed like it was longer. Yeah, I can't tell the difference. So we need to establish a difference there somehow. So I'll go back over to... There's lots going on here. Hang on. Actions. So I couldn't... It's basically switching the buzzer on and then on again. But it's doing it too quick because it's non-blocking. It's not finding it. So we want 2 beep system, or we send it a Morse code or something. If I block it, you'll just get a continuous beep. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get rid of one of them. We'll make one a quick sound. I'm sure I've had a beep beep before. Tell you what. Let me just see it. I've got a project on here. Let me see. I'll load it up. Let's just save all this a minute. Let's see if I can bring up the TAC module. Where is it? Have I got it? Can't seem to find it. Why? Oh, unless it was an Arduino sketch. No, I think it was an Arduino sketch. Let's bring up Arduino. Yeah, so I just programmed it directly with firmware straight to the Arduino. So let's bring this up. Because I've already done a routine for different kinds of bleeps, I might as well copy and paste that in and try and reinvent the wheel. Okay, let's see if we can get the recents. TAC, there we go. Right, let's bring that one up here. Right, here's our TAC module. And if you don't know what the TAC module is, I could show you, but I've probably showed you before. Let's show you. Alright, so this TAC module I built, it's temperature access control. Okay. Uses the same... Well, it's just a temperature control at the minute because it hasn't been integrated into UPAS. So if we plug that in, it gives us a display and it bleeps at us and it gives us some sirens and stuff. Anyway, we won't bother with that today. If you're interested in that one, you have to check back. Good luck in finding that. The videos, good luck. But anyway. Tell you what, we can have a quick browse, see if we can find it. Let's just make sure your audio's okay. Anyway, right. Tell you what. Right, so here's the YouTube channel. If we go on to videos. No, we don't want a video. Stop that. What are you doing? Videos. Right, now I don't know if I ever mentioned a TAC module. I think I showed you this during a video once, years ago. It's been a live stream, wasn't it? It's going way back. Not way back, actually. You'll never find it. I'll never actually find that again, so don't worry about it. Just go back onto this live one and bring that over there. Yeah. Anyway, I think I shall have to show you that now, otherwise you'll never be able to find it. So let's find a USB lead. This is where it all goes crazy. Right, what's that? I can unplug that one, not using that one at the minute. Gotta be careful here. If you knock the wrong lead, then all over with. Right. Right, I'm only showing you this because it'll take you longer to find it. Right, so I'm plugging it in. Okay. Right, so we've got our TAC module in. Right. And when the system allows it to reboot, there you are, started now. Alright, so you've got your TAC module. And what this does, it measures your temperature. It's got a LiDAR for measuring distance, and it's got a thermopile, non-touch medical thermopile for measuring your temperature. So what you do is you come into it and you move your hand towards it, and you can see that beep it gave you there. Let's try it again. It lights up green. Green tea. Can you see the green tea? Probably not with this light. Try it again. And if you're over temperature, it'll give you a red tea, basically. Right, or you can set the temperature threshold. Let's set the temperature threshold. Trigger temperature 37.4. Let's lower it down to 35. Okay, so we set our trigger temperature less. So it'll trigger to say I'm over temperature at a lower temperature. Right, here we go. Yeah, so there you go. That's the noise you got out of it. Yeah, that's a bit of a screech. I think the piezo's not too good on that one. And if you want it, if we set it again to 37 something, now it should go green again. Yeah. So we've got a nice beep beep. Okay, a nice beep beep. Sort of awaiting a person, right? Yeah. So we've got a beep beep and we've got a do. So let's see how I did the two beeps. Unless I did it blocking. I may well have just done it blocking. Right, let's turn. Temperature is good. Right, I'm going to unplug this. Let's unplug that. Right, so we've unplugged that. Right, where did we get to? Yeah. Let's have a look at the code for the sounder. Sound, here's the sound. Right, play acknowledgement. Note duration. Right, so it's doing something with tone. Actually, that's not a bad idea. So output buzzer pin. Yeah, so we could incorporate this into yeah, why not? Why not incorporate it in? Let's just see what kind of tones we got. Play failure, play acknowledgement. So we've got two functions. One for playing a failure. We don't actually have a failure when we switch modes. We just. So what's this doing? Tone. Output buzzer A5 note duration. So it's playing two tones. So we could play one tone and play two tone. Does it use a library? It tells you what tones they are. So we need to put this sound. We need to copy this sound into our Visual Studio Code. So let's set up a new class. Okay, so we can either copy. Easiest way is to copy a small class. Let's just copy something that's small. I think we found one last time. RFID, I think it was, wasn't it? It was a small class, just to get all the headers and everything ready. Yeah, that's a small class. So we'll copy that. Right, so we'll copy. Go up here and paste. And we want to call it. We've got to actually click rename with this one, have you? Okay. Right, so we're going to call this one sound. Can't just call it sound, shall we? We haven't got a sound, so we could call it sounds. Let's just call it sounds, okay? And we want to copy that one as well. No, that's not the one. Where is it? Why is that one too long? Hang on. What did we say it was? Reader. That was it. So I'll copy that one. This is easier than trying to just do a new one from scratch and have to put the includes in and stuff. Right, paste. Oh, I've got to rename it by clicking it. This doesn't comply to browser norms. So sounds CCP. So we've got sounds H, sound CCP. So we need to make sure we're including sounds, not reader. Sounds, okay. None of this is current anymore. Okay, so we'll save that. Have a look in the actual bit here. So we need Arduino. We don't need none of this. We don't need none of that yet. Get rid of that. So that's our blank class ready to go. Yeah. Okay, so we need to do some copying and pasting from our Arduino TAC module code. Right, so we want surely we want to define that. Right, so we definitely want to define that in our sound, so we'll do that. Let's copy that over. So in here we want to just define that now. We could do that from the H file, but never mind. Right, back to Arduino. Alright, play acknowledgement. We might as well take both functions over. Might as well have the both functions over. Right, so here's the actual play acknowledgement, play failure. Now we will have to tell the header that we've got two functions. So extern. No, it's not extern, is it? Oh, we're making it extern. Yeah, because we include that. That's right. So we'll have that one there. We don't have any arguments to go with it. And then on this one, play a failure. We don't have a failure. But I suppose you could have a failure if you wanted it for some reason. Play failure, extern. Extern. Right, so we've declared our two externs, I think. Right, where's our... Why can't we bring our sound over here? There it is. Got them together. Right, okay. So we've got our two sounds. Now what we need to do is find out how we play it. Do we literally just put it in there? Let's go back to our Arduino. Okay. So let's find out where we're playing it. It'll be over on TAC module. So we'll go down here. Let's see. Are we including sound somewhere? We must. Oh no, I think Arduino does it for you, doesn't it? If it's in the right order. Which we change it from Arduino to CPP code. So clear the display. Init sensors. LCD timeout scan. So show direction. Person scan temperature. Estimate update the LCD. Show distance. Show move direction. Can you see a sound anywhere? Set to off. All that is. Surely we'll find it somewhere in here. Update the LCD. Set red. Alright, so that's changing the TAC module. Colour. Set white. Oh, set green. Set off. Set blue. Get estimated temperature. Alright, compensation, lookup tables. No. Right, so we don't see it there. So where are we using it? Are we using it down here? No, we're just in scan, change scan mode. Check param display, input, scan. So the function scan is what we're after. Right, where's the function scan? Change scan mode. Right, where's this function scan? There it is. So that's your locks range testing, right? Okay, so that's your I forget what they called it now. Person detected. Right, change scan mode. Awaiting person. Show move direction. Measure. Trigger distance. Right. Change scan mode. Waiting. So where do I enter the bit about? Can't remember where I did it now. I suppose we could go into sound. Can you do a find? It isn't as good as Visual Studio Code. It's for finding stuff. Find. School sketch tabs. Find. Here it is. Right, so we're in scan mode. We're in tap module. Person temperature is good. So if it's good, we're going to play acknowledgement. And if it's bad, if confirmation, yeah, so all we need to do is do that. Let's go back to Visual Studio Code. Go back into actions. Let's get rid of the interaction with the beeper directly. We'll play acknowledgement. And I'll tell you what, we'll get rid of let's go back into here. Oh, that was play failure, wasn't it? Oh, so we'll play failure and play acknowledgement. So just to differentiate between the two, let's get rid of this. Paste that. So we're going to play a failure and play. If it's station mode, we'll play a failure, and if it's an access point, we'll play an acknowledgement. Now, is this going to work, or is it part of the Arduino core? I don't know. We also need to include this in this actions, because it's not going to know what play failure and play acknowledgement is. So let's save it and let's prove that it doesn't know. So it's going to say unknown something or other. Give it a go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Dave Jones editing. Here we go. Play acknowledgement not declared in this scope. So all we need to do is include the header, right? So we just need to include similar to this. Okay, we need to go over to actions, go to the top where we include stuff. So we include actions H. We can either put it in actions H or include it down here. Right, save that. Go down to back where it was again. I should have just clicked back on that, shouldn't I? So scrolling around the place like this, I could have clicked back. There we are. Now it's still saying it doesn't know about it. Let's go again and compile, see what it does now. Oh, it's thirsty work. Let's see if we got any drop frames. No, luckily enough, don't touch wood. An hour and 48 we've been streaming for, can you believe that? Yeah. Weird. Right, so it's compiling it now. So when we press the button, we're going to get, if we're an access point, we're going to get a beep beep. If we're in station, we're going to get a well, I'll change that. So we'll change it to, we'll edit it so we get oh, here we go. Right, this is a problem because it's looking for a reference to a pin that doesn't exist. So what we need to do is swap that out. Edit the sound. See this output buzzer switched on. We need that. We need to swap that for that other pin. This one here that's been reported. So we're going to sound. Yeah, this pin it knows nothing about, so we'll paste our pin it does know something about. But we will have to include our output header. Right, so that one again. Same pin. Same pin. Same pin. Same pin. Same pin. Right. Okay, so it still doesn't know what that is. Oh, hang on. Output buzzer. Yeah, that's all done. Right. So we need to include the bit where it tells us what our output buzzer is. Now, if I can remember where that is. Save all. Yes, because sound is a new class, doesn't know anything about it. But if we have a look in actions, actions knows something about it. See, we've got sounds, but if we go into H, see, we've got our outputs here, include the outputs. Tell you what we'll do, I've decided to move sounds. We'll move that and we'll put it in actions. So down here, we'll include sounds in there. And then we want to include outputs, or is it pin structs? Not sure if it's pin structs. It might be pin structs. It's either one or the other. Let's just have a quick look at pin structs. Right, so we've got our, oh no, that's not it. Right, so it's not that one, it's output. So let's go to output. Outputs H. Right, so we've got our functions, output pins. It might be part of pins actually. Yeah. So let's go to pins for this particular node MCU. So our output buzzer pin is, where is it? There, output buzzer pin 25. Now is that the one we've just put into here? Engine outputs buzzer, right, that's different again. Right, so okay. Alright, so let's go back. So engine outputs buzzer, right, okay. Let's try to find that. Alright, let's go back again. No, that's not it. Go back and back. So our engine outputs buzzer. Where did we find that just now? Actions. Yeah, let's just try and find the definition of that. It's trying to find stuff I wrote a while back. This is. Right. Where are you? Trying to find it. There it is. Engine outputs buzzer. Let's find the switch on. Let me just find out where the definition of that is. Right, engine outputs buzzer. We're in engine struct. Right, okay. Okay, so yeah, it's doing a pin assignment, isn't it? Okay, so engine outputs buzzer. It's a struct, right? That begs a question: why are we not? Oh, I know what we're doing. Every engine's got a different buzzer. So these are the ID numbers for the output. Yeah, we do it that way. And if you go on to outputs, where are you? outputs, you'll see right, so pin assignments, output buzzer pin. Yeah, so, and that's the buzzer pin that goes into the array of 0, and if you see the other one, it matches that. So we don't need to know the actual pin number, because that translates it all for you. So we just need to know which location in the array, and that's set from. So we need to go back to this one. We need to include engine struct H in the system. Okay, so if we go into engines, top of engines, we should see engines H. Hang on, engine H, engine struct H. So we need need to include that in sounds, but in the H. Actually, where did I put it? Alright, hang on. Yeah. Yeah, so we need to put it in here. We need to have an include there for the engine structs. And hopefully these will go, the red lines will go. Let's compile that, see what happens. Oh, hang on. No, that might not be right. This is directly interacting, right, with. Yeah, that's an array. So we can't do it that way. We need to interact directly with the tone. Because if I look at my Arduino sketch, the confirmation play acknowledgement in sound, it's referencing a buzzer pin. And if you go to pins here, output buzzer pin. There we are. Buzzer pin is 11, so that's directly outputting to the actual pin. So I need to translate to the buzzer pin. So yes, because the original sound was activating a. Right, so we know what we need to do now. We need an actual pin, not a reference to an array for the information. Although it could be, it could be got from that. So if we go into outputs and right, our outputs are set up here. So output pin 0. So yeah, we can get it from pin, but we'd have to put that whole thing in. So it referenced this. So your output pins, are they even public? I don't know. Let's have a look. It gets output pins external, so it's available to be got hold of outside. So all we need to do is put this output pin in the sounds. We'll need to include that there, so it picks up out of the array output buzzer. That's it. That should fix that. Should fix it, I'd say, because that'll get the actual value of the pin. Yeah, it's all fun and games once you go above the Arduino example sketches. It's a lot going on. Anyway, hopefully this should compile without any trouble. The only trouble is we haven't told it what output is. It knows nothing of output, I don't think, or does it? Hang on. No, it's got engine struct, which it needs to know about for the value of the buzzer pin. And we need to include the output H. Right, so it needs to include output H. So if I go to output, we need to include that into sounds. H, so it needs that and it needs that. Okay, now is that enough for it to work? Let's see. Let's try. Oh, it's linking. What's it doing now? Still trying to do the last time I compiled it. I haven't finished that yet. Right, let's just have a browse over to this. 0 watches. So YouTube's no longer passing my stuff around, probably because people aren't watching it. The algorithm says no. Okay, right. So that's we need to recompile. Now we've changed it again, and you see it's the red lines have gone away. And if we've done it the right way, everything should be hunky dory. So no tone, 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 tone. No tone 8. Why? What's that 8? Oh, no tone 8. No tone 8. 8. Don't know what the 8 is. Why have I got no tone 8 down here? Oh, no tone 8 there. No tone 8. Does it think 8 is my pin? Let's go back to the... I may have hard-coded the number 8 in for some reason. So the buzzer pin is 11. So, yeah, no code 8. Now that's something else. Okay, at least that's nothing to do with this. Let's try it. So why would no tone have the buzzer pin? That's weird, isn't it? Let's refer back to the Arduino a minute. So we've got sound, and we've got... Yeah, it's actually got the buzzer pin in there, no tone. 8. Let's find out what no tone does. Maybe that's an error, putting the pin number in there. It's actually using delays, look at that, it's using delays. Okay, so we could probably suffer a few delays, but not too much. Let's see, let's just research the... Well, I'll tell you what, you use ChatGPT. Arduino no tone. Let's see what it does. No tone function. The tone function is used to generate a square wave. The no tone function, on the other hand, is used to stop the generation of the tone on the specified pin. Okay. So the tone speaker pin 1000, no tone speaker pin. Okay, so there's a problem there straight away, isn't there? Waiting for delay, right. So I've just spotted a problem with my original code, but then it was working though. So play no tone 8. 8. Buzzer pin, hang on, pins. Buzzer pin's 11. Hang on, sound. Output buzzer pin, right. Output buzzer pin 11. So what happens if you turn 8 off? Reader pin. That's weird. Very strange goings on there. So that should have been the buzzer pin, no tone. But if I change it now, it's a working thing, so delay, pause between notes, no tone. I don't get it. That's right. That's right, that's right, that's right. That's right. No tone 8. Right, so it's switching the no tone off to 8. And I think that's a problem on my part. Let's just put it right. Oops, I've just deleted it, haven't I? Hang on. Right, so I've put it where it's supposed to be. Tone, tone, no tone. Tone, 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 no tone. Oh, so there's just one missing. Oh, there again. That's missing. So maybe it was pin 8 originally, and I didn't pick it all up anyway. So notes, buzzer pin. Yeah. So it's wondering it ever switched off, really. Right, so that's okay. So we'll leave that like that. Let's just save that. Right, let's go back to this one here, and we definitely want this to be part of the no tone. No tone and no tone. Right, so we've got no references, we're all on pin numbers. For the buzzer, yeah, they're all good. Okay, and we've compiled, let's just compile and upload. Yeah, we've got that in the actions. We've got the action here. Not factory reset. No, why have I done that there? Oh, that's just copying it. This program button action is where we want it. Play acknowledgement, play failure. Okay, let's just try it. Let's upload that. It'll have to recompile probably, and then we'll try it out. So we get a bit of feedback off the ESP32 to tell us what mode it's in, whether it's in station or access point mode. We get a bit of feedback off it. I want to be able to know what mode it's in without any displays attached, so I can just ship out. Oh, hang on, it's beating me to this crunch. Yeah, so I can just ship out a board with no display on, just the Wi-Fi stuff, the bare minimum, and you can still interact with it and do what you want to do without having to fit displays and all sorts of stuff. You might just want to put this. It's just a waste of a display sometimes, isn't it? Right. Okay, so let's see if it'll work. Let's just go back to logout. So we're there, we can log in. You got your tokens, yeah, right. So let's just press the button and see what we got. You ready? Alright, so LEDC is not initialized. LEDC is not initialized, right, whatever that is. I must be doing something with the code. So it made the sound, and it went to station mode. Let's see if it can make it a bleep bleep. Here we go. Yeah. Don't know whether you heard that, so let's quickly switch to put the audio on. I must be doing something with the code. So it made the sound, and it went to station mode. Let's see if it can make it a bleep bleep. Here we go. Yeah, just wanted to make sure you could hear that. You did, so that's fine. Yeah. So it is, and if I go again, it'll go into station. Yeah. So, what we need to do now, it's working. Now we're getting a bit of a thing coming up. LEDC, get duty 739. It's not initialized. LEDC. Not quite sure what that is. Let's ask ChatGPT if it knows what that is. Ready? Error message you're seeing is not initialized. Indicates that you're trying to use the LEDC LED controller library in ESP32 without initializing it first. The LEDC library is often used for controlling the intensity of LED lights or generating pulse width modulation. Here's a basic example of LED sketch. Alright, okay. Yeah, maybe there's some code still in there from in the sound library. Let's have a look. Tone. Delay, no tone. Right. Tone. I don't quite get that. Yes, there's nothing in there. So the LEDC. Never noticed that. Case toggle to 2. Let's just put that in there somewhere. Let's see where it comes. I'll load the button in, see where it actually tells you. Didn't do it that time. Let's do it again. Oh, I didn't do it this time. That's weird. Okay, I did it that time. I didn't do it that time. Right, so it didn't do it. So why did it do it initially? Engine mode of operation, access control. LEDC. It's doing something with an LED, isn't it? It's in the action section. Play failure. Wi-Fi mode. Set parameter. So there is a problem with one of the pins. Maybe it's... don't know what that is. It is processing some other stuff though. Buzzer pin. Anyway, we need to find that one another day. There's something going on there. I tell you what, let's reset the controller, see if we can get it to come up again. Right, now we've got a GPIO. Right, so invalid pin selected. Alright, let's just copy. Hang on. Let's find out what that's all about. Let's ask ChatGPT again. See if it knows what the hell this is. There is an issue with GPIO pin configuration in your code. Invalid pin number, pin numbering. Check pin configuration. Check pin modes. Your pin out. Peripheral conflict. Some pins have specific functions. Right, okay, fair enough. So I need to check my pins assignment for that. Right, okay. Right, so anyway, so let's get back to this. So we're playing acknowledgement. I'll tell you what, we'll have one function for both. I'll get rid of play failure. We'll just go down over to our sounds. I don't think we're going to use the da-da-da-da-da. We'll leave it there though. I'll probably just take it out to stop the memory being used. Just leave it in, but not actually use any memory up. So we're going to have a little variable in here and just go byte. And we'll call this right, note duration 8. Pause between notes. So tone A5, note duration. Okay, so we're only using A5 at the minute. B5 and E, yeah. So them other two are not needed for this one. So it's a compiler directive, so it won't use any memory there. That's okay. Right, so we want the same note. So let's go back to our actions. Now we said this one. It's not doing it over, is it? Hang on, is that doing it? No. Peak the definition. So we're on 1 for station. Access point is 2. Okay. Station's 1 bleep. Access point's 2. So we just need to tell it to play 1 beep. Number of bleeps. Okay, so we've got a byte number of bleeps. Could do that in int, but I'll leave it on byte. Does it know what byte is? We've included Arduino. Yeah, sure, should know what byte is. Right, so number of beeps. So we've got note duration, tone. So we've got that playing. Let's split this up a bit. So we've got tone, delay, and then no tone. Note duration again is the same. So why are we changing it again when it's the same? Pause between notes is still the same, so there's 2 lines of code not needed. And then we've got the same again. Now, is this exactly the same? It is, isn't it? Yeah, so we could have a for loop there. Okay, let's have a for loop and get rid of a bit of code, just tidy it up a bit. Okay, so for int I equals 0. Okay, so I is less than number of beeps. I is less than number of beeps, and I plus plus. We need actually we need brackets here. Need this surely, don't we? Or is this? Yeah, we need that. We need that. Okay, so let's just spread this out a bit. No, let's not do that. That's a bad idea. Let's crunch this up. No, if I equals 0, I equals 0, I is less than number of beeps. So number of beeps will have to be, if the number of beeps is 2, yeah, that should be 0. It starts at 0, yeah, so number of beeps 2, that'll give you 2 beeps. Should do I plus plus. So we do the tone here and close off that. And we don't need any of this anymore. Right, so we've got our play acknowledgement, number of beeps. So yeah, that should work, and we'll just tell it what the number of beeps we want is, and that's it. So we'll just go back to actions. So number of bleeps is 1. We want 2 bleeps for station mode. Number of beeps 2. Okay. Let's just have a look. So we've got, once we're in station mode, yeah, we want to know what access point mode is. Right, so we're going to go to peak the definition. It's 2 beeps for access point and 1 for station. So 1 beep for station, yeah, and 2 beeps. Okay, let's save that. Let's upload that and try that. Now we'll have we'll know. So it's 1 beep for station mode, 2 beeps for access point. Number of beeps not declared in this scope. Okay, why not? Oh. Number of beeps, number of bleeps. Beeps and bleeps. They're much the same, a bleep and a beep, isn't it? Bleep and beep. Number of bleeps. Dear. Number of bleeps, a number of beeps. A bleep and a beep. I don't know which one to use. Shit. Number of beeps. Number of bleeps. Beeps. I don't know. Number of beeps. I don't know. Number of beep. Bleep. I don't know. This is where you get craziness going on. Alright, anyway. Number of beeps. Number of beeps. Right, let's try again. My God. Ugh. Spine's aching. Spine's aching. This is what happens because we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes when we're supposed to be a quick one. Too many arguments with see, what I haven't done is I haven't updated my externs. Here, I need to update this, and we also need to get rid of that because that's no longer a thing. Right, that's it. Okay, here we go, and upload. Right, yeah, so yeah, actually I should call this series Beyond the Sketch. Do we? Beyond the sketch. So you're going beyond the sketch with this kind of code. You know, this is no longer a sketch example. It's beyond the sketch. That's a good title for the next one. Might put that in my OBS settings if I can remember it, which I won't remember. Anyway, there's a lot of engagement going on here. I can't keep up with the number of engagements. And the number of likes and the number of engagements from the community is too much. Too much. So, I did set up a YouTube channel called Gwildor's Lab and not put any videos on it. I was going to dress up in a wig, a great big mad scientist blonde wig with some horny ears or a nose or something. A bit like Gwildor off Masters of the Universe, which I can show you. I'm just going to make sure I catch this for the upload now. Yeah, I'll bring that clip up in a second because I was going to do that. Right, let me just get that ready to beep. Right, let's bring up that. Let's go on that. So here we go. I might need YouTube for this. Let's have a look. Masters of the Universe. Gwildor. Here he is. Meeting. Right, don't know which one it is. Let's have a look. Steal some chicken. No. What's that? Gwildor edition. Don't know. A tribute to Gwildor. Maybe that's it. Let's just have a quick look. So this is going to be me on my lab. Hang on.
Help! 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 Somebody!
It's alright. Who are you?
I am Gwildor of Fedor, locksmith and inventor. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now I always remembered that as hello, my name is Gwildor, scientist and inventor. So anyway, it's the Mandela effect, I reckon. I reckon they've changed it. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Let's go back to Mandela Mandela effect. See what it says about that. The Mandela effect is a phenomenon in which a large group of people remember something differently than how it occurred. It's named after Nelson Mandela, the former president of South Africa, because a significant number of people claim to remember him dying in prison in 1980s, even though he was released in 1990. Yeah, because you're remembering stuff going back, and it's amazing how you remember it differently. Anyway, right. Okay, so we've uploaded it. I've got it here. I don't think there's any 6. Oh, we're in different mode there, so that's no good putting out. Right, let's see if the beep occurs. Ready? So I've got 1 beep. Hold it down again. 2 beeps. 1 beep. 2 beeps. So it's the tone's a little bit weird. Do we need a tone? Yeah, the tone is not quite right. Actually, it was sounded better on the other item. Why does it sound so dull? Okay, maybe we can change the tone on that. Right, let's get back to the code. So we got to work in beep and beep beep. Okay. I suppose you could create a struct for that. We could create a struct. Shall we do a struct? Yeah, why not? Let's do a struct. Okay. Let's find our temperature struct. That's a bit big, isn't it? Oh, it's okay. Right, so we're going to do a struct. Let's do a struct. Let's copy that, and we'll create a new file. Oh, should we just copy that and paste it and call it? Oops, what have I done? Don't do that. Right, paste. So we've got, and we want this one to be rename sounds struct. Sound structs. Yeah. Okay, so we've got sound structs, and all we want is a struct for. Let's get rid of all the rest of it. Right, so we'll get rid of that. We're going to create a struct called it's number of beeps. Okay, so at the minute we just want no beep. Do we want a no beep? No, not really. We'll start with a no beep. Is that a waste of space? Let's forget the no beep. So the number of beeps is single beep. Okay, and this one's going to be called 2 beeps. 2 beeps, okay. So we go number of beeps. Okay, there we go. We've got a new struct called number of beeps, which we can use instead. Now we'll have to include this. Let's go back to zone structs, zone H, and that would have to include structs, wasn't it? Zone structs. Why is it not including zone structs? Do you have to include zone structs? Let's try another one. Screen. No, that's a bit too big. Let's find some reader structs. So we've got, there's your structs in the H under reader structs. Ah, there we go, include reader structs. Right, okay. So, yeah, we're just copying bits of code, so don't worry about that. So, hang on, it was in the structs, wasn't it? Hang on, reader structs. Reader H, yeah. So in our sounds H we need to include we've got engine structs, outputs. We need to include sound structs. Sounds structs, that's it. So then we get the structs available to use in our, because we've included the sound H over here, we can now include our sound structs. So we need to go over here and we go number of beeps over here. So instead of having, so we go number of beeps and then like that. And we want, yeah, single beep, and we can copy that over here. Instead of seeing numbers that don't mean anything, number of beeps, 2 beeps. There you go. We can read into the code, better for debugging. Right, so we've got our 2 beeps. Now the only thing is, the sound doesn't sound too good. Does it? Where has my sound gone? Right, so the sound is of 880. Alright, so we're going to do an A5 note. I'll leave it at that for a minute. For the lack of anything else, we can always change it later. Right, so we're going to leave that. We don't actually need this. Let's get rid of this one. We'll leave it in for a future. We don't need it today, so we'll keep that out. Right, so that's gonna be exactly the same. Let's just upload it while we're testing it. Welcome everyone to UPAS project. Trying to finish off a controller. We're putting in the controller. We've got our controller. It's just compiling a new one now, but we need to be able to press the program button on the PCB. There's a half-built PCB. Hang on, can't get you there if I'm not on the right one. Yeah, half-built PCB. You can see the area for the push button right in the top corner. And there's another one down below. There's the button, just there. See it there? That one. You hold that in, and it'll, after 5 seconds, it will toggle the access point or station mode. That's the whole idea. And so, I mean, I could get it to display on the screen, but the sounder is there. All my controls, they always have a little piezo buzzer sounder, 5 volt. So you might as well just use that as feedback. So let's just see this compile, get past that bit, and we've been running for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. Well, should have a 24-hour one day. Imagine that. Oh my god. Oh, I was going to title the live stream the quickest way to send non-techie to sleep, or even techie, and then just waffle on about stuff. I mean, it could be like one of those 8-hour live streams of relaxing sounds, but it'll be the quickest way to fall asleep, or possibly. Yeah, this is the quickest way to fall asleep. Right. Ugh, gonna sneeze. Right, is it finished archiving and building? Right. Saturday evening. Waiting. As soon as I pick my can up, you watch, it'll try and write to the ESP32. It's taking this while. What's it doing? Ah, I know what it's doing. I've changed one of the defines. It doesn't like that. It's gonna go ahead and recompile the whole thing. Okay. That's a compiler directive after all, isn't it? Right, here we go. So there's not going to be any change. It'll be the same sound and everything. I've just included that bit more readable code with the struct. Yeah, so it looks like YouTube is just streaming me to myself. Right, so we got on that, and I don't know what the mode is, so I can either try refreshing, and it doesn't like it because it's not an access point. So let's move this over. We're going to get go to actions. We're going to get a single beep when we switch into station mode, and 2 beeps when we're switching to access point. So if I hold it in now, this is no longer there, so we must be in access point mode at the minute. So if I hold the button in, we're going to get a station mode, a single beep. Ready? Here it goes, here's my hand. Pressing the button there, holding it in, 5 seconds. Single beep. We've got the single beep. Give it a chance to reboot, and then refresh. Alright, what's it doing? Connecting. I didn't expect that, actually. That's weird, isn't it? I would expect that to be booted up now. No. Right, let me just go into debug, serial monitor on, find out what's going on. Right, so what we done? Wi-Fi connected. So we're on station mode. Yeah, we're not set up a software access point, so we're in station mode. Now this should work. Yeah. So all done is reboot it. I don't know why. Actually, did I reboot the controller after? No, I didn't, did I? I only pressed the beep, it changed the parameter, but it didn't reboot, so it was still in the other mode. So what I need to do is do a software reset. Let's hold it in again. Ready? 3, 2, hang on. 3. Yeah, so 2 beeps. Okay, and that's where it says something about not initialized. Case engine, we have to sort that out. Right, anyway. So this no longer work because we're in access point mode. Actually, it says that we're in access point mode. So as my Wi-Fi thing gone ahead and joined the network, let me have a look. I think my... No, it hasn't. That is weird, isn't it? Isn't that weird? So we're in access point mode, yet it's still found me and I'm not actually connected to it. So is it still there or is it lying to me? No. That is weird. How has it found that? It's almost like I'm in dual mode, access point and station. I don't get that. Because my wireless is not connected to that controller and it's not showing an SSID. Yeah, I'm in access point mode, but I'm connected as a station. Now that is some good going, isn't it? How's I manage that then? So we're connected as to the network, but we're in access point mode. But there's no access point being shown. And we only got 1 beep, so we're to be in station mode, which we're in, but it's saying access point. I don't get that, unless it's being cached somehow. Tell you what, let's just go 97. It won't find that. Let's go 98. Right, it's found 98. Let's go back to 99. Still saying access point. Right, that is very strange because I'm not in access point mode. How's it doing that? Right, so it's changing the mode. I don't get it. Right, let's hold it in again. One beep. So now I'm in single beep mode, station mode. So according to that, I should be able to refresh it. I'm in station mode now, look at that. So it didn't actually change the mode, did it? Even though I rebooted it. No, I haven't rebooted yet. So let's reboot. There's something strange going on here. Right. I'm going to reboot again because I missed it. Oh, we're in software. Got an IP address. Connected to network. Right, let's forget that. Let's just reset it again. Okay, so what are we doing? Right, so we're in station mode according to that. Yeah, we're in station mode. So, if I bring up the web API for it, refresh it, yeah, we're still in station mode, which is what we'd expect. Yes. So, station mode. Now, I go and hold it in. Now, we'll just switch to access point mode. Right, now, I'll have to reboot the controller. So I rebooted it. There's it's rebooting. It's at set of a software access point on the same address. Might be confusing it if we're using the same address. I don't know. Right. So we're on. So now this should no longer work. Yeah, no longer working. That's right. So it's no longer working. And I would have to connect with my wireless to the SSID of the station, which I'll connect now. So I've just connected. Now this should, yeah, it's refreshed and joined it 'cause it's on the same IP. And we're in access point mode, that's right. So I should be able to do everything we can do via directly connected to it. It doesn't go up the network TP, network time. We can do all that, yeah, that's good. So log out, right. That's access point mode, so I'll change it one last time. Single beep, gone into station mode. Then we have to reset the controller. So restart the controller, or should be in station mode. And we need to refresh this page. Now it's having trouble. I know why it's having trouble, because it's lost the communication. So my Wi-Fi has dropped the communication. The browser thought it was still connected, but then it's gone ahead and refreshed it and brought it back up as a station. That's right. That is right. So what I need to do now is I need to, when it changes the mode, it needs to do a reset. So set parameter, yeah, the software reset. After we've done we need to wait for a little while. Actually, it doesn't matter if it goes into a blocking state with a delay, because it's going to reset it anyway. And probably, yes, let's just do that. So let's just put a delay in it, delay. Just a simple delay. Let's just say 3 seconds. 3 seconds, and then we'll do a software reset. Okay. Yeah. Let's also, it's going to tell you the mode there, isn't it? Switching the mode, that's fine. Okay, let's compile that and see if we can get it to do it one stage less without doing a reset. So we don't want it to reset. We don't have to reset it manually. As soon as it's switched, it'll beep at us, set the parameter, wait 3 seconds, do a software reset, and that's it really. But we're using the exact same IP address as the station mode, just to only store one setting. And that way you can go backward and forward to access point and station without typing a different IP. You can just use your browser, connect and open it up as it was. That's already writing. Does that sometimes, starts writing on its own without you pressing the program button. Right. Okay, so we've got a little bit of progress done in nearly 3 hours. You can see why it took 12 years or more to write all this stuff. Right, so we're in station mode according to that. So let's bring that up. This is station mode, so we can, yeah, we refreshed it, we can log in. That's good. Log out. Let's see what happens when we press it. Should reset the controller. Ready? Hold it down. Right. Now it's, oh yeah, it's reset it for me, so I haven't got to press the button. We're in software point, access point. The browser hasn't been refreshed yet, and it should lose the connection. Yeah, it's lost the connection. It won't find it unless I go and connect, unless I take to connect automatically, which I haven't done. So we'll leave that there. I'll look in my Wi-Fi router SSID so I can see it. I could click connect automatically. Let's try that. Connect. So it's going to connect automatically when he sees it. So that's a good thing, 'cause it means you won't have to do even less things. So we're connected. It's still trying to negotiate, see if it's got an internet, and it'll say no internet, but it should still keep it connected. So the only thing we've got to do now is try to bring up on the phone, or when you're connected, take it straight, open a web page to that setting. So it says no internet open, and this has automatically refreshed itself onto it, and it's now access point. Yeah. Now we've still got all the debug going on in the meantime, and the overhead that involves. Okay, so we've got our learn is off. Now we haven't got anything for station access point mode on here. We've got our button. Would it be advantageous to have a button to swap the mode? No, because if you're remote and you swap the modes, you ain't going to get back again, are you? So you need to be there with the button. So we'll leave that as it is. Stop the feature creep. Right, so we've got our beep, we've got our automatic reset. Tell you what, let's reset it one last time. Hold the button in, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single beep. So that's going to put us back into station mode. Yes, we're in station mode. Now this will have lost the connection. So if I just try a refresh now, it says it took us back to login, but we're in station mode. Look, see that? We are in station mode. Now the old address is telling us the wrong thing there. Okay, so we're logged in, and the SSID, the wireless access point, is dropped out, so we're in station mode. Okay, so we're doing alright. So that seems to work. Right, what we haven't tried is see if it'll automatically connect. So, right, I'm going to press it one more time to get us into access point mode. It should bleep twice. Yeah, it's bleeped twice. Right, so it's rebooted. We're in access point mode. Now this is going to lose the connection. It's actually stopped ticking. stopped counting the ticks. It was trying, but it stopped it. I don't know how long it'll take for it to automatically connect. Now it's found it. Now is it going to connect to it? Now I don't know if the automatic connection works when you're already connected via a landline, Ethernet cable. So at the moment it's got automatic connection ticked, but it's not automatically connected. So I'll force a connect. It's very brave for me to do this while we're connected to streaming through the Ethernet. Anyway, right, we're coming up on. Where are we coming up on? Hang on. Nearly 3 hours, so I think we finished connecting. It's connected. So if we go refresh, will it default? Confirm form submission, right? Yeah, we've gone back to access point. Yeah, so we're connected to access point now. Yeah, so it's alright. So that one works, so we can leave all that where it is. We've got to work on dual mode, access point and station at some point. I'm not really bothered as long as I can get from station to access point to station. Now supposedly your mode will stay the same, so now what if they press the button thinking they're changing it, but they will lose it, but they just press it again. They'll have to read the documentation. So anyway, you can say it's in access point mode because it didn't manage to connect to the NTP server. Right, so where are we going with this? I don't know. Don't know where we're going with this one. Right. Got people popping in and out, but nobody leaving any comments. I don't quite know why. Anyway, where did we get to? So we've accomplished that. Now that was the password bit. I don't think we're going to do anything more today on it. So that's going to be it for this evening. Oh, let me just push these changes. Commit, bring up AP and STN, and we got the beep, yeah. Okay, beep and soft reset. Yeah. Okay, so come on. There are no stage changes. Hang on. Right, let's stage all that lot and push commit. Right, master, outgoing changes from master. Right, I don't know what that is. Push. Yeah. So we're done there. We haven't done anything to the main UPAS software today. So we've saved it. We'll come out of that. We'll get rid of ChatGPT, and we'll close the stream. We seem to have got that working. Now we can join the network. Just give it one more time. Press the button. Single beep. That's station mode. So we'd have lost access point mode. And go back to login. It's going to take a little while before it realises it's gone. And it should just come back all on its own, just like that. Yep, we're okay. So we've done a bit. That's going to be enough for today. Thanks for watching, or thanks for not watching, whichever one it is. Maybe you'll watch it in the future, I don't know. Or maybe nobody will ever watch it until the cows come home, or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today. Let's just clear up some of this stuff, and we'll see you again on the next one. Bye for now.